Hi, my name is Gabby Coletta. Thanks for joining me out here in the beautiful desert of Red Rock. Today, the practice is a Vinyasa flow, and we'll focus on grounding. So, hip opening, balance poses, really connecting ourselves to our center. In our world of constant change and constant speed, it can be easy to feel anxiety, overwhelm, or just fragmentation. Fragmentation of thoughts, whether your thoughts are in the future or in the past, or spread out amongst a million things grabbing your attention. And it can also be easy to kind of live in the intellect, live in the mind, and be disconnected from our bodies, which are always present. So today's practice is one that is in pursuit of what Ayurveda and Yoga call Svastha. Svastha means seated in oneself, and it's this concept of perfect health being this return to oneself. So without further ado, I invite you into an easy cross-legged seat, your seat. You can plant the palms face down for a little energetic grounding, or find the mudra, yana mudra, index finger and thumb together, to seal off your energy, your prana, your life force. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze towards the ground and find what feels accessible and comforting for your body. And let your bones settle. Let your mind catch up with where you physically are on your mat, carved out intentional space for yourself. And take a big arrival breath, big inhale wherever you are. Sigh it out. Two more breaths like so as you inhale, inviting presence. And as you exhale, releasing what is no longer needed, what is excess. And one more big arrival breath, sending the breath to the far corners of the body. And releasing the breath, letting it go, and just trusting the next one to come. Gently seal the lips and continue to deepen your breath in and out through the nose. You can invite Ujjayi breath, this subtle constriction in the back of the throat. It's almost like the sound of the ocean. And begin to stretch your breath, lengthen the breath, perhaps even imagining the waves of the ocean washing over you, washing out what is not yours. And with every breath, welcoming what is, welcoming all parts of yourself onto the mat. Inviting a place of integration, of wholeness. Just like how each part of the body has a purpose, each part of the subtle body has a purpose. And when we let these parts show up with their strength and integrate, we find health. I invite you to bring one hand to your heart, one hand over that hand. And if you have an intention that you'd like to root for your practice, set one now. Take a big breath into the heart. And bow a head towards heart, honoring this intention from the deepest part of yourself. And as you're ready, you'll just slowly lift the chin. You can keep the gaze closed or flutter the eyes open. Release the hands to the knees. Switch the cross of the legs if you were cross-legged. And ground your fingers into the earth on either side. Lift the heart, crown of head up, long spine. Next, inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Big breath in, welcoming breath. Palms meet. And hands come through center, finding your centering, your grounding here and now. Hands come to rest on the knees and big torso circles in one direction. And grounding into the sits bones, letting the hip creases soften, kind of churning out any stagnant energy. And one more big circle. Slowly switch the direction of the circles the other way. Really open all sides of the heart as you circle the torso too. Come back to center, sweep the arms to the sky, grow tall, and then twist to your right, left hand to right knee, right hand anchors behind you. Inhale, long spine, and the exhale wrings you out to twist a little deeper. Keep both sit bones rooted, soften shoulders, hip creases. Left hand stays on the knee, inhale, right arm up and over to crescent, side body stretch. Roll your heart to the sky, big breath here, and then exhale, right hand comes to the opposite knee, arms are crossed, tuck the chin, round the back. Keep the cross of the arms as you lift them up to either hug, take backs of hands or fronts of hands together. Inhale, draw the elbows up. And then exhale, elbows to navel, round in, opening back of heart. Shoulders. Twice more, inhale, elbows up. Arch the back slightly. Exhale, round in. Once more, elbows up. And round in. Come back to neutral, unravel the arms, sweep them up to the sky, palms meet, side body long. Twist to the other side, right hand to left knee, left hand anchors behind you like scaffolding. Inhale, heart lifts, long spine. Exhale to twist, wringing it out. One more breath deepens you into the twist, each exhale deepening you into sensation of this body. Keep your right hand where it is. Inhale, left arm up and over to crescent, a side body stretch. Roll your heart to the sky. Take another big breath, stretching rib cage. And release the hand to the opposite knee. Arms are crossed, tuck the chin. Keep the cross of the arms, lift them up to hug, backs of hands or fronts. Garudasana or eagle arms as you lift elbows up. And round in, pull the shoulder blades away from each other. Twice more, elbows up. And round. Once more, elbows up. And round. Bring your elbows to neutral, unravel the arms, sweep them up to the sky, big inhale. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Rock onto all fours. Table pose is where we'll meet. Spread the hands. Stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, even ground the shins to the earth. Pause here. Spread the fingers, and on your next inhale, reach the heart forward, lift the chin, the gaze. Exhale to press the earth away and round. A few rounds of cow and cat here. Just opening the front of the heart and the back of the heart. And as a way of just trusting the intelligence of your body, you can stay with cow and cat or invite any intuitive movement. See curving the spine, wiggling the hips side to side, barreling the torso. And see if you can savor the movement. Slow down. And just noticing how even subtle shifts in the body can reverberate throughout the whole being. Everything connected. Take one more breath to make your way back to a neutral spine. On your next inhale, send the right leg long and back. Flex the foot, draw the belly in. Hold it here, hips square to the earth, crown of head reaching forward. Next inhale, right leg sweeps out to the right, hovering, and then exhale to sweep the leg back, tuck the toes behind the left, look over left shoulder. 2 more times. Inhale, open up the leg. Exhale, sweep it back. Once more, open it up and sweep it back. Take your right leg all the way out to the side. Plant the foot in line with the left knee and drop the outer right hip down. Walk your hands long in front of you. Big inhale, side body long. Exhale, Anahatasana modification. Melt your heart to the earth. As the heart melts down, finding a little ease in the drop towards gravity. Can you find buoyancy underneath the armpits? Little lift. adding that strength and stability to the pose. Notice where you feel sensation in the legs or the body. And just breathe with it. One more breath. Slowly walk the hands back towards you so they're underneath the shoulders. Lift the right leg up, send it long and back. Pause here. Bend your right knee and plant the right knee to the left of the left leg, so both knees are on the earth. Wing your shins out to the side. Walk your hands back into Mukasana cow face pose, sit bones root down. Modification can be up on a brick. As you arrive, knees are stacked in one line, both feet are flexed. Try to have both sit bones ground. You can also send your bottom leg forward for a little bit of ease in the muscles if they feel tight. Relax the jaw, the tongue. Lift the heart. Ground your left fingers down, reach your right arm up and over, crescenting. And then come back to center, take it up and over the other side. Come back to center, both palms reach the sky, grow tall. And then hands come in front of you, rock onto your knees. Send your right leg long and back, and then lower the right knee down. Inhale, heart draws forward, lift the chin, the gaze. Exhale, press the earth away and round. Come back to your neutral table and we'll move into the other side. When you're ready, left leg goes long and back, flex the foot, draw the belly in. And then inhale, open up the left leg out to the side, hover it here. Exhale to sweep it back, tuck the toes behind your right, look over right shoulder. 2 more times with your breath. Inhale, open up the hip, the leg. Exhale, sweep it back, look over right shoulder. Once more, open up. Even weight in both hands. Exhale, sweep it back. Take the left leg out to the side. Plant the left foot down in line with the right knee. Even the sole of the foot is glued down. Walk your hands long in front of you. Take an inhale, spine long. Exhale, melt your heart to the earth. Begin to walk the hands towards you so they're underneath you. Lift the left leg up and then send it long and back. Pause here. Bend the left knee, plant the knee to the right of your right leg. Wing the shins out to the side and walk your hands back to sink the hips between the heels. Go Mukasana cow face pose. Check in with the variation that serves your body. Knees are stacked in one line, even the feet are in one line, so that might mean the bottom foot wiggles forward. Flex both feet, sit bones root, ground your right fingers down, reach your left arm up and over. Inhale back to center, both sit bones still rooted as you take it to the other side. Crescent, side body stretch, ribs fanning open. And back to center. Plant the hands in front of you, rock onto the knees. Send the leg long and back, and drop left knee to meet the right. Inhale, draw the heart forward, lift the chin, the gaze, cow. Exhale, press the earth away and round, cat. Come back to your neutral table. Pause here, spread the hands. Check in with the breath. Tuck the toes, lift the knees to hover 2 inches. Breathe here for 3. Strengthening our core, our sense of stability for 2. 1 more breath, collarbones broad. And then hips up and back, Adha Mukha Svanasana, down dog. First down dog of practice, take the next 3 breaths just to drop into what your body needs. Maybe it settles into stillness, or perhaps you pedal the feet, or tick-tock the heels side to side. About 2 more breaths. Make sure your hands are about shoulder width apart, maybe wider if your shoulders feel tight. Root into the L of the hands, and then press the hands down and forward so your heart moves towards the back of the mat. Bend into the knees slightly, and then sink the heels towards the earth. On your next inhale, everybody rise up onto the tippy toes, and then exhale, sink the heels down. Twice more, inhale, rise up, tippy toes. Exhale, sink the heels down. Once more, really connecting with our feet, soles of the feet. Exhale, sink the heels down. Then walk the feet as wide as the mat, toes out, heels in. You can walk your hands 1 handprint closer to the feet if that helps the heels sink to the mat. Sway your hips side to side like you're wagging a tail. Starting to wake up, backs of legs, hip creases. One more breath. Go ahead and parallel the feet. Feet are hips width apart. Inhale, ripple forward into plank pose. Long line of energy, always an option to drop the knees down. Draw the navel in and up as you reach the hips back to down dog. We'll pulse through that twice more. Inhale, ripple forward to plank, collarbones broad, back of neck long, navel in. Hips up and back, down dog, press the earth away. Once more, inhale, ripple forward to plank, pause. This time lower knees, chest, chin to the earth. Slide onto your belly, Bhujangasana. Lift the heart, tuck the chin, keep pressing the tops of the feet down. Exhale, release forehead down. Press through all fours and then round the back, arching it through cat all the way to child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch, hips sink down. Pause here for a moment, big breath. Let the inhale stretch the skin on the back, and the exhale sink the hips heavy towards the heels. Know that at any point in our practice, if you need to reconnect to your breath yourself, grounding, you can come back to child's pose here. Next, inhale, rise to table. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, Arda, Mukasana, down dog. Shift your gaze to the front of the mat and walk your feet up to the front. Feel the footprint on the earth, on your mat, all the way to the top. Once you arrive, find your half lift, long spine, peel the shoulders away from ears. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift, pause. Plant your left hand in front of the face or maybe onto a brick and send your right arm to the sky. Deep bend into the left knee as you straighten the right leg, spiraling the spine. One more breath. Release the right hand down and take it the other side. Bend into the right leg, reach the left arm up, arms out to a T, and pull the shoulders away from the ears. The more you press into the sole of the left foot, the more you might find a little sensation trickle up the side of the leg, stretching the IT band. Release the hand down. Find your half lift, long spine here. Exhale to fold. Soft bend in the knees, roll yourself up to stand, present for the entire unraveling, stacking vertebrae on vertebrae until you come to Danasana, mountain pose. Palms face forward. Take a moment here and breathe. Feel the four corners of your feet ground your connection to the earth. Draw the inner arches up. Lift the heart. On your next inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, grow tall. Then exhale to pour your heart forward and fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Half lift, long spine. Plant the hands down, step back into plank, chaturanga, or modified, your version. You can also hold down dog. Lower halfway or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. Press the hands down and forward, sink the heels to the earth. Let the ribs expand in all directions as you inhale, and as you exhale, let the breath go, soften any tension in the body. Notice your hands touching the mat, the feet touching the mat, your sources of connection to earth element, this element of stability. Then reach your right leg high to the sky. Open up the hip. And you can bend and extend the leg or do some hip circles, but keep the integrity in the shoulders, stability here, shoulders square to the mat. Reach your right leg long and back, square off the hips, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, plant the foot between the hands, spiral back heel down, warrior 2, Veerabhadrasana 2. Take a moment, front heel in line with the back heel or the arch, and then sink down so that knee is stacked over the ankle. Hips are level, so draw the right hip crease to the sky if you notice the back hip popping up. Reach from opposite ends, fingertip to fingertip, relax the shoulders. Breathe here. Really mindful transition. We're all going to take an inhale here. On your exhale, pivot your back foot out. Bend left knee in the same direction as the toes. Skandasana, back leg. Inhale. Rise back up to warrior 2. Ground the 4 corners of the feet down. Sink in. We'll do that transition twice more. Pivot the back knee and toes out. Bend, side lunge. Rise up to warrior 2. Anchor the feet down, soften the shoulders. Last skandasana into the left leg. Bend. Rise up, warrior 2. Flip your front palm up, find reverse warrior, reach up and back. Stay for your exhale, sink a little lower into the front knee. One more inhale to elongate right side body. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, revolve lunge. Left hand to the earth, right arm to the sky. 3 breaths here. Keep your hips level and twist from the navel, the ribs, the heart. Always an option to drop the back knee down if you need support. 1 more big breath. Release the right hand down. Release left leg down, untuck the back toes, Anjaneyasana, sweep the arms up to the sky. Stay for a breath here as you drag front heel towards the back knee, lift the heart a little more. Exhale, release both hands down to the earth or to bricks. Shift your hips back for half splits, Arda Hanumanasana. Left thigh is straight up and down, right toes are flexing towards you. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your heart towards your toes. Collarbones broad, 2 more breaths. Let the breath pulse you deeper into presence, into feeling as you exhale, fold in. 1 more breath here. Keep spiraling outer right hip down. Option to stay here or a little IT band stretch on your inhale, lift the heart, the torso. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, either on the earth or on a brick, and roll the knife edge of your right foot down. Couple breaths here, little IT band stretch. Relax the shoulders, the jaw. 1 more breath. Slowly turn your torso to the front of your mat. Bend into your front leg, plant both hands, step back, and rinse through a vinyasa. When you're ready, left leg extends long and back. Open up the hips, stack left hip on top of right. You can bend and extend the leg or play around, just feel into your body. Reach the leg long and back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, and as lightly as possible, plant the foot between the hands. Spiral your back heel down. Warrior 2, rise up. Take a moment, maybe widen the stance. Open the hips and the shoulders to the long edge of the mat, and then reach the arms out to a giant T. Relax the shoulders. Can you traction the front knee towards the pinky toe edge? And really glue the knife edge of your back foot down. Breathe here. Maybe bring your awareness back to breath or back to your intention if it's traveled. We'll do that mindful transition into skandasana on your next breath. Pivot the back toes out, bend knee in the same direction as the toes. Lower down. Rise back up, warrior 2. Anchor the 4 corners of the feet. Twice more, pivot the back knees and toes out, skandasana. Rise up, warrior 2. Last one, skandasana. And warrior 2. Pause. Flip the front palm up, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Stay for your exhale to sink a little lower. Another inhale to stretch left side ribs. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down for a revolved lunge. Right hand to the inside of the front foot, left arm to the sky. Every exhale, see if you can spiral left shoulder back a little more. 1 more breath. Release the left hand down, drop your back knee. Untuck the back toes, Anjaney here. Reach the arms forward and up, lift the heart, lift the navel, or draw the navel in. And release the hands down. Send the hips back, half splits, flex the front foot. Breathe here. Lift the torso slightly, and then walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Spiral the knife edge of the left foot down. Breathe here for that little IT band stretch. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. 1 more breath. And then pivot to face the top of your mat. Bend into your left leg, tuck the back toes, send left leg long and back. Travel through a vinyasa or skip it. Down dog is where we meet. Wherever you are, take a big breath in, cleansing breath. Big breath out. Take the feet wide, big toes point out, heels in. Then walk your hands towards the back of the mat. Bend the knees, sink low into Malasana, Yogi squat at the back. Press the elbows into the knees, hands to heart. Lift the heart into the thumbs. Try to have even weight in both feet. Breathe here. Stay if this serves you as you are, or find an open arm twist, opening the heart. Take it the other side. You can twist side to side or stay. Bakasana is here if you want a little arm balance. One more breath. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, plant the hands down, lift the hips. Toe, heel the feet in. Find your half lift. Exhale to fold. Soft roll up, a little bend in the knees as you roll yourself all the way to stand. Lift the heart, turn the palms forward. On your next breath, reach the arms to the sky, and then rise up onto your tippy toes. Anchor your gaze on one spot, and then start to tippy toe all the way to the front of the mat. All the way to the front, until you arrive at the very top of the mat on your tippy toes. Stay on your tippy toes, and then start to sink the hips down. You're on a tippy toe chair. Breathe here. On the tippy toes for 3, for 2, for 1. Plant the heels, stand up tall, maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, fold all the way down. Half lift, and fold. Reverse swan dive, reach it up. Palms meet, hands to heart center. Ground into your right foot, and then swivel your left leg out to the side, moving into tree pose, Vrikshasana. You can keep the toe pads on the earth for the most support, or walk the foot up the leg, just making sure it's not on the knee, so above or below the knee. And then press everything in towards the midline, foot into leg, leg back into foot. Gather the hands at the heart and lift your heart into your thumbs. Breathe here, steady gaze. Keep pressing the left knee back, but squaring your hips forward. Stay here or reach the arms to the sky. Steady your gaze. Playing with balance, stay here, rise up onto the tippy toes for 3, 2, and 1. Sink the heel down. Bring your arms out to a T, and then take your right arm underneath your left. Breathe here. Eagle arms. So you can hug backs of hands or fronts of hands, your choice. And then lift your left leg up and cross it over as high as possible. The higher you cross, the more accessible the double bind is. But you can also just plant the toe pads on the earth. Square your hips forward. Lean your shoulders back. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly stand up. Unravel the legs, unravel the arms, reach up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, and fold all the way down. Half lift, fold, reverse swan dive, reach it up. Palms come together as you start to root awareness all through your left foot. Imagine these roots extending into the earth, or even summon your favorite tree. Swivel your right leg out to the side, opposite leg. You can place your hands on your hip points to square your hips forward. Keep pressing your right knee back. Plant the foot wherever you prefer, high or low. Pause here. Steady your gaze. Now steady your breath. Breathe. You can stay here or reach the arms up. You can stay here. You can play with that balance challenge, rising onto the tippy toes for 3, for 2, and 1. Sink the heel back down, arms out to a T. Left arm sweeps underneath this time for either a hug, backs of hands or fronts of hands. Right knee lifts up and crosses as high as possible. You can take the double bind or tap the toe pads to the earth. Squeeze the inner thighs together and then draw the shoulders back so they're over the hips. Take a big breath in the back of the heart. And when you're ready, unravel both legs and arms, sweep up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Find your half lift. Rise onto the tippy toes and toe heel your big toes together if they're not there already. Sink your hips down towards your heels. Tuck the nose into the knees, tight little yogi ball. And then lift your torso up. Knees point forward, maybe the thighs become parallel with the earth. Hands can come to heart center, or you can use your bricks for support. A little yogi toe stand here. You can place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Just connecting back to your intention, to this body, breathing. One more breath. And then go ahead, take the hands long in front of you, take the knees wide, big toes are touching. Variation of Malasana, Yogi squat. Round the back like you're finding cat pose in the upper back. Sink the heels down, tuck the chin slightly, and breathe here for 3, for 2. One more breath. And when you're ready, you'll plant the hands. Option to pass through Bakasana, crow pose if you want it. We're going to rinse through a Vinyasa and take it to the earth. You can hold down dog, find a child's pose, or take yourself through chaturanga, heart opener. Right leg rises high, open up the hip, square it off and take the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon. Figure 4 is the alternative on your back. Inhale, lift the heart, square your hips forward, and then exhale, let yourself just melt to the earth. You can take a brick and place it underneath third eye center, or you can stack fists if you don't have a brick. Just take a moment to reconnect to your intuition, your inner knowing, and your trust. Often when we lose trust in ourselves or in the world, that can lead to a sense of disconnect. So can you settle in knowing that your body has inherent intelligence, and you have wisdom beyond words. An option to join me in 3 rounds of Brahmari, bumblebee breath. So you'll take the tongue to the roof of the mouth just behind the 2 front teeth. You'll inhale, and then your exhale will make the sound of a bumblebee buzzing into the skull, into the space between the brow, like mm. So when you're ready, inhale, Brahmari. Two more times. One more. As you're ready, plant the hands to the earth. Lift yourself up and just notice the effects of the breath, the effects of settling the bones here. And so slowly, as you're present through the entire process of transitioning, you'll take yourself to the other side. Rinse through a vinyasa if you need, or as you're ready, just go straight to the other side. Honor this body and its journey. Untuck the back toes, square your right hip forward, lift the heart. And when you're ready, settle into your hip opener on the opposite side. Of course, if you're in figure 4, you can just stay on the back and switch. As you arrive in your pigeon pose, let the jaw soften, the tongue relax. Even the space between the brows widen as your forehead, your space between brow, Agnya chakra, comes to rest on a brick or stacked fists. 3 rounds of Brahmari here. This breath is deeply tonifying for our nervous system. So when you're ready, inhale and begin. Take a moment to notice any subtle shifts in the body, the mind. If you're in pigeon pose, you'll let your hands come to rest on the earth and drape your torso away. Send your front leg long and back, rinsing through a final vinyasa if you wish. If you took a modification of figure 4 on your back, you'll stay on your back where we'll all meet. Make your way onto your back, however you choose to arrive there. Hug the knees into the chest, and you can sway side to side or do some circles for the low back. And take it the other way. Hug your right knee in, extend your left leg long. Then grab the outer edge of your right foot or the ankle or the calf for a half happy baby. Sink your right knee towards the armpit as you plant your left hand on the hip to anchor it down. Take a breath here. Full exhale. Release the hold of the foot, the ankle, or the calf as you squeeze right knee in towards armpit. Scoot your hips an inch to the right and drop the knee across the body for a supine twist. Hips stacked in one line. And let the weight of the left arm just kind of help deepen the twist as you reach right arm out, half T. Take a big rinse water breath and a big exhale to let it go. Slowly come back to center. Hug your left knee in and extend your right leg heavy to the ground. Grab onto the sole, the outer edge of the left foot. Half happy baby. You can place your right hand on the right hip to anchor it down. Let the back body imprint to the earth. Left hip open. And then release the hold of the foot, the ankle, or the shin, and just hug left knee into chest towards the armpit. Scoot your hips an inch to the left, drop your knee to the right for a final twist. Reach your left arm out to the side, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, invite gravity to draw the left shoulder down. One more breath. Let it go. Slowly come back to center. Hug both knees in, and if there's any last thing in your practice, honor that. When you're ready, we'll all meet in Shavasana. Legs long, arms on either side, palms face up. Biggest breath you've taken yet. And exhale, let it go, allowing complete integration.